What up, everybody? It's your boy, the King of NYC, with you. And for this video, I've got two big announcements. My first big announcement is that I got a PS3. Now, a lot of you guys might be wondering, what the fuck? Now is like the worst time ever to get a PS3, but let me explain. I got $100 off a deal that gave me $100 off a 360 gigabyte PS3. So a $350 system has become $250. And you know what? The offer ended May 29th, and I was like, you know what? If I don't take advantage of this now, I'm gonna regret it for like the next 2 or 3 years, especially with so many games coming out for the PS3, like, you know, Infamous 2 being the one that's like right off the top of my mind. I've always wanted to play God of War 3 too, and you know, I know I was gonna be regretting it, so I was like, why the fuck not? Let's get it. And I got LA Noire for the PS3. Which leads me to my second point. The main point of this video will be a review for LA Noire. I just finished it. I'm looking right now at the screen and the credits are rolling. So these reviews are probably going to be a new thing that I'm going to be starting. I've thought it over, I've waited around in my head, and here's how it's going to work. My reviews for a game are based on 6 criteria. And each criteria is rated on a rating of 1 to 10 for a total of 60. Of course, I take the average of those, and that's the final grade that's out of 10. So here we go. The first couple are pretty obvious. The first is graphics. That's the, you know, how the game looks, whatever. Sound is voice acting. You know, does it sound realistic? Is it nice? Is it bland? Technical for me is the game buggy, glitchy, or does it run smoothly? Are there frame rate issues? Stuff like that. Gameplay is obvious. Is the gameplay good? You know, is it entertaining, enticing, fun, variable, stuff like that. Immersiveness is one of my personal criteria for a game, and the reason that is because I personally think that immersiveness, you know, how much a game, you know, takes you into its story, makes you feel like you're a part of the game, is almost a huge deal for games nowadays. And it really, really, really is what defines a good game from a bad game, in my opinion. And replay value. Replay value is obvious. How long can I play the game? Is it a game that, you know, I'll buy it, beat it, done? Or is it a game that keeps me coming back for more? Those are my 6 criteria, and I'm going to be giving you my personal opinion on each of them for LA Noire, being that it's, you know, my first PlayStation game, and, you know, it's a game that's been highly anticipated by a lot of people. I got it, I played it, yeah. Alright, so LA Noire, graphics, they get a 9 out of 10. Reason being, you know, I've seen games with better graphics than LA Noire. The one that goes right off the top of my head is Dead Space 2. The graphics of those games were, like, amazing. LA Noire has beautiful graphics, but you know, they're not deserving of a 10. The new facial recognition technology, or facial scanning, whatever it is implemented well. The faces look super realistic, but you know, it kind of looks weird because the bodies look rendered, but the faces look real time. So it's like, you know, it looks like, you know, they took, it's like, you know, plastering a picture of someone's face on like one of those model dolls you see in the stores. But yeah, for the most part, graphics are good. Everything's clean and sharp. 9 out of 10. Sound is a 10. I absolutely love the voice acting. Everything sounds realistic. The gunshots, the cars, you know, the voice acting. Everyone had their own unique style. You could, if you listen, you could really tell when someone's stuttering or they're nervous or stuff like that. They really put a lot of effort into the voice acting. And it really just makes the game great, in my opinion. Technical is a 9. I haven't really run into any problems like glitches and bugs or whatever. With LA Noire, the only reason I gave it a 9 out of 10 is because I do remember one time where, you know, a case bugged out on me, and I had the clues and everything, and it turns out that, you know, the clue was bugged and I had to restart the case. That was just one instant, and that's the reason why I got a 9 out of 10 instead of 10 out of 10. Gameplay is where LA Noire kind of takes a hit from me, and it gets a 7.5 for gameplay. Now let me explain before you kill me. The gameplay is good for the first 1 or 2 cases. It's good for, just the gameplay is good for a couple of hours, 1 or 2 at the max, and then after that you start to get bored, because the gameplay of LA Noire is basically such. You get a briefing for the case, you go to the crime scene, you look for clues, you go in, and then you get people to go and interrogate. You interrogate the people, you look at their face. If they're fidgeting, they're either lying or doubting, and if they're not, they're truth. And basically, it's the same thing over and over and over again. And it's fun, it's fresh, it's original, it's exciting, yes, for the first couple of cases. There being 21 cases in the story mode for LA Noire. The first, 3 or 4 are exciting, and then after that, it sort of becomes like a chore. I mean, they do try to put, some gunshot, gun battles and some racing and some pursuit in there, but they really needed more of that, because the gameplay kind of gets bland after a while with LA Noire. There's just not enough variation, in my opinion, in LA Noire. Only relating to gameplay, of course. Immersiveness. Immersiveness is a 9.5, because I'm going to be honest, I was immersed in the story. The only reason I was playing was because the story kept me coming back for more. I really liked the character of Cole Phelps. I wanted to find out what happened to him when he was in the military and stuff like that. Replay value. Again, replay value is another one of the categories where LA Noire really, really, really takes a hit. And replay value is a 5 out of 10 for me. Let me explain. Once you're done with story mode, there's really nothing you need to do. I mean, the game tries to add some replayability by adding in things like, collectibles and stuff like that. But really, the only collectibles worth collecting are the newspapers, because they actually provide background story and another layer to the already rich story of LA Noire. And, it does pay off to collect all of them, because you do get to see another perspective of the story. All the other collectibles are like a cheap ploy by Rockstar, just to get you to keep playing the game more and more, and it kind of gets boring just looking around for collectibles. So replay value is unfortunately really low for this game, because once you're done with the game, where the story is gonna go, where the case is gonna go, what to do. It's gonna get boring. No one wants to play this game 2 or 3 times over. It's not a game like I know it's kind of unfair making this comparison, but like Fallout New Vegas, for example, where there's always more than one way to go through a scenario, and you could do it the good way, the bad way, the average way, you could just sort of go in and destroy everything, or you can completely skip it and watch how the story unfolds if you never do that part. But here you're kind of tied in hands, and there's really not that much replayability in LA Noire. So, after a culmination of these scores, LA Noire gets an 8.3 out of me. It's a game with excellent presentation, excellent story, but really takes a hit in the gameplay and replayability, in my opinion. And I think that, those two things are, paramount to a game's success nowadays, because, who wants to play a game that gets kind of stale after the first couple of cases? You know what I mean? Or the first couple of hours of gameplay, and no one wants to play a game like that. No one wants to spend $60 on a game they'll just want to run through once and then have to corner for pretty much the rest of time, which is unfortunately the case for LA Noire. So yeah, and LA Noire, summary. Should you try it out? Definitely. Should you buy it? I'm on the fence about that. I mean, if you're a true fan of Rockstar games, go ahead, support them. But if you're just playing just to see what happens, then I suggest renting it from Blockbuster, GameFly, or whatever your renting market is. But yeah, that's been my review for LA Noire. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please, this is my first one. I really want your help on this one. Please just leave me a comment saying what you liked about it, what you hated about it, and what I'm talking about is my review. What you liked about my review, what you hated about it, what do you think I could improve on, something I can add, something I can remove, any changes to the criteria that I might want to consider. Please just post your opinions and in the comments section to help me improve my reviews. Anyways, thank you for your time, guys. It's been your boy the King. I'm out. Peace out.